Aloha, it's Matthew, and I have the most recent Maniology Mani by Me kit for you guys today. It is the June kit, June 2024, and the theme is Wizard of Oz. Um, so, quick little background. When I signed up for Mani by Me, I said I would do a full year without skipping any boxes. And then at the end of the year, I could evaluate the value of the subscription, right? And I think that um, one of the nice features of the subscription is that you get a peek at the box on the 23rd of every month for the next month's box. So on May 23rd, I got a peek at what was going to be in this box, and that gives you a chance to um, push it off if you're not interested. And I've got to be 100% complete honest. I don't think that I would have chosen to get this one. Not that it's bad in any way. Um, it's just that I'm not that big a fan of The Wizard of Oz. I mean, I like the movie, but I just don't know that it fits my style of uh, of nail art. And that's it. There's nothing wrong with it. Um, and if you're into The Wizard of Oz, then you're gonna love this box. Okay, let's start here at the beginning. If you're new to Mani by Me, the kit comes with your cards here. This is going to give you a complete description of what's in the box. It lays out what polishes are in the box, I'm sorry, these are the plates, these are the polishes, and then this explains the free gift. So if you want to take a screenshot of that and read it if you want to see what's in here, that's that. And then it comes with another card that shows a inspiration photo. So they did out all of the characters. Looks like they started with a foil base and then they reverse stamped and painted in all of the four main characters. And then it gives you a step by step on how to create this look, right? So, if you're just beginning, that gives you great instructions on how to get started. So then it comes with two early release polishes. Now, I've already gotten into this box so that it wouldn't be difficult to open, right? So most months come with two stamping polishes, and occasionally they come with a standard polish. Um, and you can tell the difference by the bottle, and they're clearly very different, right? The stamping comes in this form, and their traditional polish comes in this bottle. Um, for any of you out there who are wondering about um, my low buy, no buy that I talked about in the last video, prior to realizing that I want to do that, I had just, like, literally just signed up for another 6 months. And so I've got at least 6 more months of Mani by Me kits coming. And after this month, I think I might have 2 more months to reach that full year. And then after that, if I'm not thrilled with the box, I'm just going to pass on it. I have plenty of polishes. Oh, let's focus back on the box, and then we can come back to my thoughts on it. So this is Emerald City B514, and this one is Yellow Brick Road P164. You can also tell the difference between a stamping polish and a standard polish by the letters here. The B is stamping, the P is polish. And I did swatch them out because I've been swatching out all my polishes for my collection. And then that way I've got a view of what I've got. You know, I can easily reference my swatch sticks. And this Emerald City, it's looking almost black on camera. There's definitely a green tone to it. Excuse me. There's definitely a green tone. It's a deep hunter green or forest green. And then this is the Yellow Brick Road done in 2 coats. And I guess it's not really showing. It's a jelly polish. So 2 coats, you're probably going to still be able to see your visible nail line. 3 coats, you might still see it, especially if you've got a prominent visible nail line, or a prominent nail line. You can take a makeup sponge and sponge this on, and what that'll do is that will absorb most of that yellow jelly underness and give you a much thicker, all the gold flakes will go on much thicker, and you'll basically have solid gold foil. And then we'll swatch this one out together on the bottle here before we get started. So then we got the plates, and for that I'm going to zoom because I think you guys get the best look at what's going on the plates in that. So this is MXM 129, and the plates are exclusive to the kit. You've got Dorothy's gingham pattern. You got some phrases and Toto in a basket, the ruby slippers. We got Dorothy. You got the heart for the Tin Man, the Wicked Witch. I guess that could be of the East or the West. Random Wizard of Oz paraphernalia. You got your Tin Man, Glenda the Good Witch, Scarecrow, and he wanted a brain, so there's the brain, or a diploma, and then the lion, the cowardly lion, needed courage, and then we've got the poppies from the poppy field, the Yellow Brick Road, and then, whoops, and then I didn't want to put that where I said it. And then we've got MXM 130, which has some bigger scenes. We got the poppy field with the Yellow Brick Road going through it, the haunted forest, or the whatever, the scary forest, the path to the Emerald City. Get some more phrases. The air balloon that the wizard is in. Flying monkey, which that's one we're going to do today. The Emerald City, Rainbow, the Tin Man's, is that his oil can? Yeah, so Wizard of Oz stuff. And again, they're all fun items here on the plate to stamp. It's just that that's not my style. I just not my thing. But we are going to do a couple nail tips today, and a little bit of reverse stamping, so the video might take a little bit longer. So then the free gift this month is this super sharp pair of shears that's curved. And they suggest using these for cutting out things like nail decals. I think they look very much like cuticle snips, but I wouldn't recommend using them on your cuticles. Things that are this sharp, even cuticle snips, I find I can very quickly take off too much and then end up bleeding before I even know it. You know, snip the skin off and then, oh, there I'm bleeding. I would much rather use some like ORLY Cutique, any kind of cuticle removing solution. That's what I like to do when I prior to polishing. I'll put that on and push back my cuticles. I just find it's safer than cutting them. So I wouldn't recommend using those for cutting, but you do you. And so then they all come, every Maniology box comes with a fun sticker, and I didn't really know what to do with these, and lately I've been putting them on my sewing machine. So eventually my sewing machine is going to be covered by Nail brand stickers. I've put a whole bunch of Mooncat ones on there too, because they also send stickers with their orders. Okay, so, on my nails, I put like a moth to a flame, and this one I showed in my most recent Mooncat haul. I got it during the sale, and it is a deep charcoal base with that lovely red shimmer in it, a little bit of a shifty shimmer. I just think it's a nice deep polish. Lately I've been testing the waters of moodier polishes, and I'm liking it. So here, let's get this one out of the way. So on the nail rack, we've got a white base, and for that I just did Orly white tips. You can use any white that you have for your white base. And then this little bit here is going to be like a rock ledge. And for that I used Garden Path Lacquer Reply Hazy, and that came from a polish pickup. Oh, I'm sorry. It came from a Hella Handmade Creations in February of 2024. So those ones are no longer available. But any kind of gray, black, this has like speckles in it. So that's what I wanted to use to make like a rock base, because we're going to put the flying monkey perched right on the edge of that rock. Here in the middle, we get a sneak peek of Holo Taco's. This one is Sugar Rush. Now, before agreeing to my low buy, no buy, or setting that goal for myself, I had placed an order for 5 of those polishes. And I was already moving toward trying to find new habits for myself, because old Matthew would have just bought the entire collection, even though I will probably never wear the pink or the purple. And so lately, as I was transitioning more toward the low buy, no buy, I was like, why don't you just start buying the ones you know you'll wear and skip on the ones you know you're not going to wear? And so that was the first step toward it. And then the I bought my car much faster than I thought I was going to. I thought I was going to save up for a little while, but the old Mazda started having clutch issues, and so I needed to get that car fast. So I had to make quick changes. So now I'm at a low buy, no buy for the foreseeable future. So if you're in that same boat with me, we can do it. Final nail here. I'm going to copy the one that they did, or one of the ones that they did in the Maniology Live when they showed this kit. But if I remember right, they did a white base and then stamped on Dorothy's blue gingham. But I figured um, the white is white is often one that new stampers purchase, black and white, right? And I figured it might be more likely that people would have a blue in their polish collection, and then it would be easier to stamp the white versus trying to find doing a white base and then trying to find a stamping blue if you don't have a stamping blue. But if you do have blue glue B288, I think that that's a pretty fair representation of Dorothy's dress. And then here's that gingham pattern we're going to stamp on it. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, and then typically I try to stick with mainly what's in the box when I've been doing these Mani by Me kits. But we're going to be doing some reverse painting, so I just needed more colors. And so I had to step away from that. It was kind of a loose rule that I had given myself. It wasn't a requirement, but I tried to stick with mainly what was in the box and use my base colors from my collection. That way, if somebody was signing up for the box brand new, that they would realize that most of the time you can get started right out of the box. And in fact, This same thing, if you have a black and white, we're going to be using black for the outlines and then doing reverse stamping. And if you want, you can use any polish for reverse stamping. You don't have to, I mean, it's easiest to use a stamping polish to pick up your design, and then the you can use any polish for painting it in. Okay, so let's get on with it. Let's swatch this one real quick. This is Emerald City B514, and it is a creme polish. I like to use this plate for my swatching. It's M298. It's called Brushwork, and the reason I like it is because you can use these brush strokes to get your swatch to go across the top. And if you're careful about it, you can get 5 bottles swatched before you have to wash your plate or clean it with acetone. So that's my reason behind liking this plate for it. Okay, so I'm going to scrape, I'm going to pick it up, and then I like to swatch right over the words, swatch me. And then that way you get a real feel for the opacity of the polish. And as you can see, that's totally opaque. The only letters that you can see through are the ones that are in that little gap of the brush stroke. It totally covered the rest of them. And it's a deep green, but you can see, I think you can see on the green side, or on the white side, I mean, that it's a green. It's not black, even though it's showing really deep on the camera. It's definitely, oh, there we go. It's definitely a green. So let's get that one out of the way. Funny thing is, I'm not using either of those polishes on the projects that I have planned out for today, so let's keep going. I feel like if you were going to do that yellow brick road polish would be a great start for you. So, for the blue nail, we're going to do Dorothy's Gingham, and I'm going to start with, excuse me, let me get a little drink. Okay, I'm going to start with Bam White, and that's going to go on this pattern here. And I'm going to get everything else ready. Where's my little gemstone? Okay, got that ready. What we got? I feel like I'm a little cramped here. I gotta move some stuff out of the way. Okay. Yeah, white. And then another thing that I've been doing with all my Maniology polishes is swapping out the brush. They sell a 50-pack of these paddle brushes, which if you're just going to be stamping with your stamping polishes, then the brush that comes with is just fine. Okay. And we're going to go straight down. The stamping polish that it comes with is, I'm sorry, the brush that it comes with is totally fine for applying it to your plate, right? But I find that when I'm painting my nails, because it can also be used as a standard polish or a traditional polish, I find that painting on my nails, a paddle brush is way better for me, for application. Okay, so we got the gingham, and then, goodness. Okay, we're going to do her ruby slippers on there, and for that, I'm starting with straight up black, just for the outline. Okay. Okay, let's pick those up. It's good. There we go. There's a little bit of the toe is kind of funny, but you know what? It's going to be fine. We're going to paint this in, and there are plenty of sparkly red polishes that Maniology makes. Honestly, like I said, you can use any polish when you're doing the reverse painting, but I'm going to use Shaka Santa B411 because, in my opinion, it gave the most true to the movie. Yeah, true to the movie. Sparkly red, ruby slipper, look, right? They actually, goodness, excuse me. Maniology actually has an old polish that's called Ruby Slipper, and it's much deeper in tone. It's ruby, right? This one's more like a candy apple red, and I'm just gonna hit the entire. Can you guys see that? I'm gonna zoom it in there, put it right there. Perfect. So this little paw pad here, the silicone paw pad, was the free gift last month? 2 months ago? Last month, I think. And it's perfect for your reverse stamping, because when you just need to put a little touch out, it's got little dividers between the little paw pads, and so you can put different colors, and then well, it's acetone resistant, so you can just use your acetone to clean it out if you need it quick, but otherwise you can just let it be and walk away, and then once they're dry, the whole chunk of polish will just peel right off. Okay, I think we got some ruby slippers. Oh, there we go. Ruby slippers. There we go. I think I'm good to go, you guys. I think I'm going to survive. I'm just going to put the tiniest bit more along the bottom of that one. So when you flip it over, oh, what I wanted was the bottom of that one. When you flip over your stamper, you can see whether or not you got a solid paint job or not. If you missed something, it'll become evident or more evident when you flip it over. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to set that aside and let it dry. I should have done this prior. Okay, so now this was the free gift. Zoom back out. This little heart dish that's made of glass was the free gift maybe in April. And it's super convenient for putting a little bit of acetone in. Just got some on my finger, and I hope that doesn't ruin my polish. Yeah, might have to hit that with a top coat again before I leave. We're headed to Costco after after I make this video. Total adulting. Okay, so then with your glass dish, you can use that for cleaning off your detail brushes, which this was the detail brush. I got a set of 5 of these as the free gift from the very first month that I signed up, and that kind of was the seller for me, or the final like reason I was like, okay, I can get on board with this. I need some detail brushes. And then this does have a lid. It's not airtight, but that will keep it, because we're going to need that. We're going to have more detail brush work. I don't know why I put it away. We're going to have more detail brush work to do as we reverse paint more. Okay, so the shoes are drying, and we're going to just set that aside for now. So for this Sugar Rush nail, okay, and I'm going to get rid of some of these polishes just to clean up my area. So for Sugar Rush, we're going to use Batty B489 for the black. It's kind of like a metallic black. And I'm going to use that for the outline of the poppies. Where did they go? I got a full area here right now, you guys. Okay, so the poppy field is where she fell asleep for a while because the Wicked Witch enchanted the poppies, right? And and then she sent her flying monkeys after that, and I've got a story to tell about flying monkeys, but I'm going to try and save it until we get there. Okay, so we got Batty down for the outline. And I need a new stamper. I wasn't ready for this. Okay, good. Got a good clean pickup. And so now this video is already running a little long, but I saw another, I think it was Zen Stamping here on YouTube, where she did what she called inverse reverse stamping. So if you were to do your base in red and pick up in black, then you could do, say, green for the grass behind the poppies, and you could paint in between the poppies, leaving the poppies unpainted, right? So then when you stamp it on a red design, the red would show through the poppies. And I was like, oh, that's genius. But that would take a little bit longer, and I'm just going to stick with painting in the poppies today. And in fact, I might only paint in a couple just so that we can get moving, because we still have to paint in the flying monkey. Okay, so let's zoom in again. Okay, you guys can see that. I'm going to put some fresh, this one is Winterberry, and it's more of a shimmer red than a sparkle red. The other one was like more of like a glittery red. And that this Winterberry came in the holiday Huga kit this last November, maybe? Okay, so got a nice big pile there. When you're reverse painting, you do want your polish to stay wet. So I'm going to try and leave that right there. We're just painting in the poppies. So if you've been following the channel, you guys know we got, you know that we got a new puppy, Bandit, and he is just a adorable terror. He's, he's doing puppy things, biting on things. I have scratches on my body, not from on purpose, but he's a puppy. And in Hawaii, there's lepto and parvo in this. I guess lepto's more in the soil, right? And since we don't ever really get a cold snap where we live, it just never dies out. So it can be dangerous. But he finally got his second lepto shot and was able to go into the yard recently, and he is just such a character. Exploring things. He's potty training so fast, you guys. When I was looking up Australian Shepherds, they're just so smart. And everyone said they were, but he's really smart, you guys. And I'm not just like, oh, my baby, he's the smartest. He figures things out so rapidly. At this point, so with the lepto in the yard, or the high probability of it, he had to to be inside for his first 3 months, right? So the breeder never let him out of the house, and we didn't let him out of the house until he got that second lepto shot, right? And so now he either goes on the pads or outside, pretty much. I think that there was one accident the other day, but basically he's potty trained. Now we just got to get him off the pads and only into the yard. And he's 3 months old, you guys. He'll like get up from the bedroom, walk into the other room, use the pad, and come back. Like, he's so smart. And he's been sleeping just in the bedroom overnight, and he hasn't peed in the bedroom. He'll hold it all night long. Like, I am floored, because Beauregard, I don't know, maybe it's because he's a smaller dog, and I don't know. I'm trying to give him a little credit. He did not potty train as fast as Bandit did. In fact, like, Beauregard peed on the bed a couple different times, even though, I was trying to be aware of it and trying to keep him from doing it. Bandit peed on the bed once, and we luckily have a waterproof mattress cover, but we stripped the bed as quick as we could, and but that was it, just the once, and he never did again. He's remarkably smart. In fact, he's like been running us for treats. When I was trying to potty train him with the pads inside, he would pee a little bit and get his reward treat, and then he would go back and pee again and look at me and expect a reward. And in the beginning, I was giving him double treats because, hey, he peed on the pad. Have all the treats you want. But then when I realized he was running me for treats, then I only rewarded him when the first time. And now he only gets treat rewards when he goes outside. He gets praise inside, but treats and rewards for outside. He's learning so fast. Okay, there we go. We got poppies. All right, I'm going to set those aside to dry. Oh yeah, I'm going to flip it over and just take a quick look. That top one could use just a wee bit more right there. This one over here on the side can use a little more, but it might not even actually land on the nail. When you're doing reverse painting on a full nail design like this, I guess it's kind of easier or better to be safe than sorry, but most of those edge ones aren't going to show up. They're just not even going to land on the nail, right? On the very edge ones. Yeah, I'm going to stop there. Okay, so let's zoom back out, and I'm going to clean my brush. You don't really want polish to dry. And I'm just gently, like, I'm not smashing my bristles into the base. I'm kind of like back and forthing it, if that makes sense. You want to take care of these bristles because it is a detail brush, right? It's like super fine. If you mash the bristles, then they'll splay out, and then it won't paint detail for you anymore. Okay, so this is the last one, and it might be the most time-consuming. I think his body will go pretty quickly. Oh yeah, I still haven't figured out what I want to do for his wings. You know what? His wings are going to be holographic, orangey, beigey, this color, I think. We'll see. I wanted to do his wings like a really fancy color, like, because his body's going to be brown, and his paws or his mitts are going to be kind of like a buff color, right? This like pinky brown. And his body's going to be dark, or the outline's going to be dark brown, which is acorn. That's what we're going to pick it up in. And so I thought, if it's brown, that I want some sort of fun on his wings, right? But we'll see when we get there. I guess I'll save his wings for last, and I can contemplate it while we get him drawn. Okay, so I'm gonna get another stamper. This is a good reason to have a couple stampers. Obviously, you can do it with one, but you might have to just sit and wait for, if you're doing reverse painting or reverse stamping like we are, you're just gonna have to wait for it to dry. That's all. You just have to wait for that one to dry, stamp it, and then move on to your next design. But I'm trying to move rapidly here so you guys don't get bored. Okay, and so let's keep that. That was a good positioning for the, so you guys can see it on a zoom in. Okay, I'm going to put my pad back here. So for the main body, I'm using Cocoa B351. And again, when you're on the on this part of reverse stamping, you don't need to use stamping polish. You can use any polish in your collection. Okay, so, all right, let's go. We're gonna go, oh yeah, let's zoom it in so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is going for his body. Oh, I think I put way more than I needed out. I could have probably done this on one dollop of polish. Okay, so the story about the flying monkey. When I was 5, 6, I got the role of Flying Monkey number 2 in The Wizard of Oz. I don't know, it might have been our school play. Maybe it was a church play. I can't quite remember that detail. But I do remember I had to put on the darkest brown pantyhose to make my legs look brown, and then little red shorts. And that's really all I remember about it. I didn't have any lines. I was literally just Flying Monkey number 2. Okay, so we got his body done, right? Okay, let's flip it over and take a look. Looks great. I think I'm gonna get his just right by his little paw right here a little bit better. And then I'm gonna get his other ear because I accidentally got this ear brown, so I'm gonna get that ear brown. And nobody would probably even notice that tiny detail. But here we are. Okay, so cleaning out the brush in my acetone. Okay, and then we're doing, what's this one? Ballet Flats B231. That's going to be for his, I'm going to do his face and his paws in this buff color here. Okay. And then I think, oh, my microphone is really close to me. I hope I haven't been really loud this whole time. I think I'm going to do his hat in that same, oh my goodness, this is looking great. Okay, I think I'm going to do his hat in that same red that we just used, that winterberry, because it's like a little, it's almost like a little fez, it looks like. So I'm going to go with red. And there's all of his paws. And let's just double check them. Okay. And his face. Okay. So let me clean my brush again. Okay. Pull this back in. And then this red, that red's probably already too gooey, or too thickened. And so I'm just going to put a fresh dot out. Just because you want your polish to not be super tacky. If you let your polish get too tacky, it will pull up the stamped image, because that stamped image is already dry. And then also, I guess I should be saying that I'm tapping on this paint. I'm not like when you think of like painting. Oh, concentration. Hang on just 1 second. Concentration required. When you're tapping on, or when you think of like regular painting, like painting a house, or that's not the format that you would use for this. I'm trying to get right on that tiny little brim of the hat. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's coming together. Okay, so now his wings. Have I made a decision? You know what? I think I'm going to go with that hollow, because it's kind of it's almost, it could be a fleshed, it's a flying monkey. I guess his wings could be any color, right? But I don't want them to be white, because the background that I laid out for it is white. So this is BCB Lacquers Trickster Fox. This was also a Hella Handmade Creations from March of 2024. And it's just the most brilliant orange hollow, linear hollow. And I think that would make a fun wing color. So let's do it. I'm putting a blob out here on my little palette. Okay. And then we got the wings to do, and then all we have to do basically is apply the dry ones, and by the time we get through applying those dry ones, I think this should be dry. Okay. Okay. This polish is a little bit more sheer than I had originally thought. It's probably like one of those 2 to 3 layer hollows, or 2 to 3 coat. And I was trying to put just a little bit more down, but you don't want to put it too blobby, or it'll take a while to dry. Okay, and that is that, you guys. I'm not going to try and get those very tips. That looks great. Let me see from this side. Oh yeah. Okay, so I am going to go a little bit more right there. I'm going to go a little bit more right close to his body. So now I can go over, like paint over the line a little bit, because I already put that opaque polish down. Can you guys see? I already put the opaque polish down for the hat and the body and the face. So I can go right up to his backside and paint over it, not necessarily worrying about it showing, because the hat and the face are already painted. But I do need just the tiniest bit more down here. Okay, so now let's hope that one dries in time. I'm just going to set it right out of the way to dry while we stick these last ones on. Okay, so now those first ones we did should be dry. Okay, my brush is clean. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Okay, I'm going to zoom back out here. All right, so get rid of this palette. Get rid of this plate. And pull these nails back in. Okay, so now Maniology sells Sticky Base Coat, which is at this point, very similar to ORLY Bonder Base. You need something that'll make a sticky surface, because the stamps that we painted are dry now, and the nails that I painted last night are dry now, so you need some sort of tackiness to stick them together. And so let's go here. Whoop. I didn't even need to do the whole nail because, oh no! Well, I should have, dang it, I overlooked that. So I should have sealed that white before hitting it with the Bonder base because it smeared a little bit. But you know what I'm going to do? Where it smeared is where these shoes are going. We're going to recover. We are totally going to recover from this, you guys. So you let your Bonder base or your sticky base coat dry for just 30 to 40 seconds while you're panicking about smearing. And then you can put your ruby slippers right on top of the smear, and no one will know that you ruined it. What is that? Okay, well, let's see what we got here. There's a hair or something in there, you guys. We're just gonna have to look past the little. Oh, that's so sad. Well, you're just gonna have to imagine with me. Clearly, if I did that on my fingernail, I would start over and redo that one because it didn't turn out the best. But we're not going to start over because we're already 45 minutes in, you guys, and I'm going to try and get you guys out of here. Okay, so we got our poppy field is going on this base, and I wanted to have like a shiny magical base. Okay, now this one is not a stamped polish, so I'm going right on it with Bonder base. Just like that. So some people have been wondering when it would be good to use Aqua Topper, which is their smudge-free top coat. Since there's already the layer of blue, the layer of white, and then we're going to add the red on top, that Aqua Topper would have been a great application to seal in the white. Then the Orly Bonder base to make it sticky, or even the Aqua Topper would have made it sticky again, right? So then we could have stuck the ruby slippers right on top of the Aqua Topper and then sealed it all with the smudge-free top coat. They can't all be winners, you guys. Okay, so we got our poppy field going on the nail. Let's get this up here. And we're going just like that. Oh, you know, I said better safe than sorry, and I didn't paint that one red or that one, but I don't think anybody's going to pull you aside and say so. But if you wanted, you could take that detail brush and get that little we're running out of time. If you wanted to, you could get that little tip, and then there's one up here on this very corner. I thought I was going to be covered. Looks great otherwise. Okay, and final nail. And his wings are not quite dry. And I can tell because you see there's a little bump there. I think you can tell, you can see it, the bump, right? That's his wings that are not dry yet. See, if you look at his body over on this part of the stamp, it's totally flat, but then there's that bump right there. Okay, I'm going to give him just 2 more minutes while we talk about smudging, because it is a thing. So when you have designs stamped on, it's just the tiniest wee bit of polish. And so if you come in with a standard top coat or ORLY Bonder base like I did on this one, you can smudge your stamping. So to counter that, to counter smudging, in between, once I stamped on that white, I should have hit it with this aqua topper or smudge-free top coat. This one, oh, here's the label, smudge-free top coat, B382. This one works almost all the time. This one is great for you. This aqua topper is really only necessary if you're going to be doing multiple layers of stuff, which we already had 2 layers, plus a layer of bonder, plus the stamp, plus a top coat. For some people, that might be too much on your nails, plus a base coat, right? So that aqua topper gives you a thinner coat and it will protect from that smudging. So when you're done with your nails, like we're done with this one here, you want to hit it with your smudge-free top coat. Or if you were to come in with a standard top coat, all of those stems would smudge. And then all that time we spent would be entirely ruined. So I'm hitting this with the smudge-free top coat. And you notice no smudges. Not one smudge, right? So then what I typically do from there is I would let this dry for about 5 minutes, and then I would seal it in with your favorite quick dry top coat, which for me these days has been KBShimmer, clearly on top. It's what I used on these nails, and it gives you the most candy coated, like, it's a good quick dry top coat. And it does have toluene in it though. So if you're not a fan of that, it's something to be aware of. But it's a very affordable quick dry top coat. I think it's $6.25 for that 15 milliliter bottle. And then they also sell a 4-ounce refill that you can get at an affordable price on its own, or in the Black Friday sale that they have almost every year, I think, it's 20 to 30% off. So that's just a steal of a deal for a top coat, which if you're doing your nails right, you're going to be putting on a quick dry top coat every single time you do your nails. So it's something that you use quite frequently. And it's similar to Seche Vite in the fact that Seche Vite also has toluene. So some people don't like the smell of Seche Vite. That's the toluene. That smell is toluene. And you shouldn't be smelling it. It's not good for you in the long run. Or with much exposure, it's not good for you. But I find that toluene gives me shrinkage, and my once I've painted my nails, then I get this little whoop, and there's a little lump across the edge, and you can see the tip of my nail because the polish shrank. Okay, you guys. I'm just gonna go on a, what do they say, a lick and a prayer. And if the wings smudge a little bit, then I'm just gonna have to ask you to to imagine with me as well on this one, because we're about to hit an hour long in this video. And if you've stuck with me this long, if you like the video, feel free to like it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would truly appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and hit this nail with ORLY Bonder Base. And although it's got that slight tinge of orange, it will dry clear. And none of that polish was stamping polish, so it's none of it what's the word? Reactivated. So I'm just going to let that dry for 30 to 45 seconds. And oh, I will talk about one more thing while that's happening. I did my Mooncat haul video, and I showed this magnet that they sent for free. This is one of their stickers. I got the idea from Kyle from Color Expression. I took one of their stickers, and I cut it down to size and I stuck it to the back. The magnet that they sent me was just a plain black magnet. So if you want to make your magnet fancy, and you've got a Mooncat sticker or any other kind of sticker, just put a sticker on it. Okay, you guys, it's just risky. I still see a little lump, but I put it on kind of thickish, so it might just be that it dried thickish. Okay, send me good vibes. See, now I made this little rock at a little diagonal so that he would perch right on the rock. Otherwise, you're just going to have a flying monkey floating right in the middle of your nail, and that could look strange. Okay, here we go, guys. I'm gonna go I'm trying to put his paws right on the edge of the rock and lay it all down. Yes! Okay. I was worried about that one with the first mess up. I didn't want it to happen again. Oh yeah. Okay, so if you wanted to put like some stars or moons back there, you could add to that design. But that one turned out okay. Okay, good. I'm thrilled about that because I thought those wings might smudge. I'm going to put some smudge-free top coat on there to lock him in and give him a little bit of gloss because his fur was looking a little bit matte. And then what you would do is, like I said, in like 5 minutes, you'd come in with a quick dry top coat and seal that up entirely, which will make everything cure and be dry. So let's zoom in and take a quick look at these, and I'll get you guys on your way. Thanks for spending this hour with me. So here is the blue, and then you see I got some schmearage over there, and then when I stamped it, I don't even know what that is. That might be a cat hair, but you get the idea. So just squint your eyes a little bit and maybe just pretend for that one. Okay, so then the poppy field turned out great. It looks magical. It looks wonderful. Again, if you wanted to get that very tip right there with the red, then follow your heart and just, and this one up here, that very tip, you could just use your detail brush and get that in. And then here's our flying monkey. Doesn't he look spectacular? And he's sitting on his little rock ledge ready to take flight and do the witch's bidding. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed the time with me. I know it was a long one, but until next time, bye.